So whether you're a travel enthusiast always seeking the best deals and moments, or simply want some amazing travel experiences, using hotel credit cards can help you unlock these luxuries, enjoying the perks, benefits, and upgrades without paying the high ticket prices. But not all hotel cards are created equal, so in this video, we'll break down the best hotel credit cards you need to level up your travel game, with the first one being a card that has a pretty high welcome bonus right now that more than covers the $95 in annual fees. And that's with the Hilton Honors Surpass card, where just by getting the card and hitting the $2,000 of spend in the first 3 months, you'll get a whopping 130,000 points and a free night award with pretty lax rules. Now, with Hilton points being valued at about 0.5 cents per point, just 130k points is already worth about $650. But the free night award in some cases can double that welcome bonus, because although there is a list for exclusions, most of the hotels are still available for you to redeem at. For example, if you're traveling to, say, New York, you could stay at the Conrad New York Midtown anytime there's a standard room award, which would typically cost you 95,000 points or about $700 per night, which would more than double that welcome bonus value. And all on this $95 annual fee card. On top of that, if you spend more than $15,000 every year, so on average about $1,250 every month, you'll get a free night award for that year, separate from the welcome bonus. But no matter how you stay, your experience will be elevated because of the Hilton Honors Gold status that comes with the card, with an upgrade path, although expensive, to the higher tier Diamond status. And by having this status, you'll get a variety of perks like no resort fees, free Wi-Fi, 80% bonus on your points for your stay, food and beverage credit, and most importantly, space available room upgrades, but not including suites. That means with the Surpass card giving you 12 times points when spending on their hotel and resorts, you can stack that with 18 points per dollar by having Hilton Gold for a total of 30 points per dollar, which is about 15% back in value. On top of that, you'll also get 6 times points on US dining, groceries, and gas, as well as 3 times points on everything else. Now, the Surpass card is a great way to get into hotel credit cards, given it gives you tons of value for a relatively low price point. There's also not a ton of different credits, just free nights, Hilton points, and gold status, which really helps keeps things simple and straightforward. It even throws in 10 priority pass lounge visits each year, which should be enough for your average traveler. Because if you travel a lot more or you're a Hilton loyalist, then you'll probably want to consider this next card, which is probably the best hotel card on the market right now, and that's with the Hilton Honors Aspire card. Now, unfortunately, there is no elevated bonus like the Surpass card has, so you'll only be getting 130,000 points for 4,000 of spend in the first 3 months, which is a bit worse of an offer in my opinion. And the multipliers are okay, but not mind-blowing either, giving you 14 times points on Hilton purchases, 7 times on travel with the airline directly or their portal, or car rental companies, 7 times on US dining, and the same 3 times on everywhere else. So far, none of that really justifies the higher $450 in annual fees. But what if I told you the annual fee is more than worth it? Well, that's because of 3 main things. One, and very simple, is the annual free night award. We already saw earlier that you can get $600-700 of value from the free night awards. But even if you're not staying at the high-end hotels like Conrad's, you can still pretty easily get $300-400 of value staying elsewhere. Though I would try and use this certificate on weekend nights or more expensive days, so you don't have to pay those higher cash rates for your stays. And if you're a big spender, you can get another free night award after spending $60,000 in a calendar year. Then 2, you'll get up to $250 in statement credit when you're spending at participating Hilton resorts like the Waldorf Astoria Las Vegas, as well as a $100 property credit every time you have a minimum 2-night stay at the Waldorf Astoria or Conrad hotels. Now, between those two credits, if you're a Hilton loyalist, then you probably already more than made up the annual fee. But the third and main reason why I think the $450 annual fee is pretty reasonable is because you get complimentary diamond status, which is their highest end status in the program. This would have typically needed 60 nights with the hotel and will give you every single benefit in the list, including a 100% points bonus on your stay, lounge access, room upgrades, but this time including up to 1-bedroom suites. And honestly, just one of these major upgrades every year can be valued more than the annual fee already. And because of the elevated points bonus from having Diamond, combined with the card, you'll earn a total of 34 points per dollar spent at Hilton properties, which at a 0.5 cents per point rate is like a 17% back in value. Also, with any tier silver and above, you'll actually get your 5th night free when you're booking your stay with points. So it's really a no-brainer if you're an active traveler, especially with Hilton hotels. I mean, in the US, you will be competing with other people who have this card, which you can just pay for the higher status. But if you're in less popular cities or you're going international, you'll probably be treated better because there's less competition with fewer people having diamond status. Although those are the main perks, the card will still give you some luxuries when you're traveling to your destination too, like a $250 airline fee credit, which is similar to the one on the Amex Platinum, where it can only be used towards incidental charges like in-flight beverages, checked-in bags, or certain seat selection as long as it's not a real upgrade. So for example, Alaska Comfort seats or Delta ones. You'll also get the Priority Pass membership for you and up to 2 guests, giving you access to over 1,200 lounges around the world as long as they're not full. And then no premium card of this level would be complete with some protections like baggage and travel insurances and return protection, which really rounds out this value-packed card. But that's all within Hilton. What about other brands? Well, this next card has been one of the most popular cards and has been for some time, given this hotel chain still has a pretty decent award chart when other chains have gone to dynamic pricing. And that's with Hyatt and the World of Hyatt credit card by Chase, where with it you'll get up to 60,000 points for the welcome bonus, where 30,000 is after 3K of spend in the first 3 months, and the other half is through earning an elevated 2 points per dollar across the first 6 months. It's a bit confusing, but it essentially means that for your first $15,000 of spend, you get 2 times points instead of 1. And with the points averaging 1.5 cents per point, the welcome bonus is worth $450 or $900 depending on if you max out that welcome bonus. But what's so great about this card, as is with most hotel cards, is the free night award. But even with the same $95 in annual fee that the Surpass card has, this Hyatt card will give you a free night award automatically with another free night award after spending more than $15,000 in the calendar year. Although these free nights are capped at categories 4 and below, so the lower half of their redemption chart. But depending on where and when you stay, you can still get values of over $300 per night. Meaning this is the type of card that you can keep year after year as long as you stay at a Hyatt property at least once a year, where you'll more than likely get the $95 in value. But then keep racking up those valuable Hyatt points through your regular spending, where you'll get elevated points like up to 9 points per dollar at Hyatt hotels, where 5 of those are from being a member already, 2 times on local transit, dining out, flights from the airlines, and fitness clubs and gym memberships, with 1 times on everything else, except for the first $15,000 of spend in the first 6 months, where you're gonna get the 2 points. And if you'll be staying at Hyatt often, which you probably will if you're considering this card, then you'll enjoy the benefits of Hyatt Discover status. Though to be honest, it isn't anything to write home about, giving you water, internet, and some slightly better check-in and out times. Really, the benefits start when you have Explorers or Global status, given that's when you qualify for room upgrades, though you'll need 30 or 60 nights to get those statuses. Thankfully, you can spend money to get those statuses if you spend a lot, because with the card you'll get 5 elite nights towards status, but you'll get 2 additional nights for every $5,000 of spend that you put on the card. And well, if you ever get hungry, you can order with your Dash Pass that comes with a card, giving you free delivery and reduced fees. So overall, a great card to get into the hotel credit card game, especially when the chain still has some pretty awesome redemptions for their hotels. And if you have other Chase cards, transferring Chase points over to Hyatt points is still a great way to redeem Chase points. So you can beef up your points balance by getting other Chase cards too. Now, a chain that's less talked about when it comes to hotels is IHG. Given those ultra high-end hotels that most people talk about fall under the other brands. Though there's still some great value to be had here with the IHG Rewards Premier card. With a welcome bonus of 140,000 points after 3K of spend in 3 months, that's about $700 of value if you calculate it at 0.5 cents per point, similar to Hilton. Though somewhat better than Hilton is you're getting a 4th night free when you redeem for 3 nights, which is a better value. Then in terms of other perks, you'll get credits like $50 for United when booking their flights, bonus credits and points after 20K of spend in a year, and an anniversary night letting you redeem for hotels of 40,000 points or less. Again, even with the anniversary night alone, you'll probably get more than the $99 in annual fee in value, which should pay for that fee year after year. The Platinum Elite status that comes with this card is also pretty good, given it's the 2nd highest tier status, where you're going to get bonus points, upgrades, better check-in and out times, and more, with a path to Diamond status after $40,000 of spend in the year. And speaking of spend, you'll get up to 26 times points at IHG hotels, with 6 of that being specifically from this card, 5 times on travel, gas stations, and dining, and 3 times on everything else. Not too different compared to most of the other hotel cards. A quick note on hotel cards, even though all the cards we talk about today have an annual fee, all of these chains also have an entry-level card that doesn't have any annual fees. But you'll also have much lower rewards, benefits, and perks on them. Personally, I think if you're looking for hotel cards already, you're probably going to stay quite a lot with certain brands. And so you'll get the best value from the cards in the mid-tier or above. Whereas if you don't travel that often or you don't know which brands you want to stay with, it might be better to go for more flexible points earned from other Chase or American Express cards. But of course, you're watching this for hotel cards, so how can we forget Marriott with their mid-tier Marriott Boundless card? Now, the welcome bonus here is more unique, where you'll get 3 free nights, each up to 50,000 points in value after 3K of spend in the first 3 months. Meaning if you max out the value of all 3 of these nights, that's like getting 150,000 points. And with an average of 0.8 cents per point, that's $1,200 of value. Much higher than some of the other cards, especially with a $95 annual fee. Again, a significant part of the value for hotel cards come in a few different ways. One is a free night award, where in this case, you'll get a free night award of up to 35,000 points every year after your account anniversary. But the great thing about these awards is that you can top up your own points of up to 15,000 points. Meaning for this free night award, you can go from 35,000 points to 50,000 points. Or for the welcome bonus ones of 50,000, you can top up those to redeem for hotels of up to 65,000 points. And if we take a look at some example hotels in LA, there's quite a few options that give you $300 to $400 of value every night. And even more if you consider the taxes and fees on top of the cash price. And if you redeem for points, you can get 5th night free, although it won't stack with your free night awards. And as for earning, you'll get up to 17 times points for spending at Marriott, where 6 of those is from the card specifically, 3 times points on up to 6K of spend on groceries, gas, and dining, and 2 times on everything else. Not the highest multipliers, at least compared to Hilton, but if you're staying at those properties a lot, it's still quite good. Then when it comes to status, you'll get automatic silver status, but to be honest, there's really nothing to it. But you will get 15 elite nights and 1 night per 5K of spend towards other elite statuses. You can also spend $35,000 to get Marriott Gold, but in that case, you may as well get the Amex Plat card, which is still an awesome card by itself, and will give you both Marriott and Hilton Gold status. But if you want even higher Marriott status, you'll want to consider the more recently refreshed Marriott Brilliant card, which goes head to head with the Hilton Aspire. With a welcome bonus of 95,000 points after 5k of spend in the first 3 months, that's about 760 in value right off the bat. Though multiplier wise, it's not that different than the Boundless, giving you the extra 6 points for spending at those hotels, 3 times on dining, but does give you 3 times on flights direct through the airline with 2 times on everything else. So what justifies this card's $650 annual fee? Well, there's a few very significant benefits. First, you'll get $300 of dining credit at restaurants worldwide, spread $25 a month. Everyone has to eat, and you're probably spending at least $25 a month at restaurants. So most people can probably value this at face value, effectively lowering the annual fee from $650 to about $350. Then there's the Freenet Award, where on this card you'll get after your card renewal month and can be redeemed for up to 85,000 points of value. Or if you're topping off the 15,000 points, can stretch to 100,000 points. If you want to ball out and stay at the St. Regis Maldives, you could get over $1,500 of value for those nights after taxes and fees, the Ritz-Carlton in Maui for over $8,000 of value, or multiple places in New York for $500 to over $8,000 of value too. There's a lot of ways to redeem this free night for some amazing value. And if you end up staying at the Ritz or St. Regis for at least 2 nights, you can use the $100 property credit every time you do so. Again, similar to the Hilton Aspire. Then another major reason why people pay for and get this card is because you'll get automatic Marriott Platinum status, which is pretty high up their tier, and which will give you room upgrades including suites, more points, lounge access, and more. Personally, I've had both the Gold and Platinum status and have gotten upgrades here and there for both personal and business travel, so I do think that a couple of these upgrades every year can already make up the rest of the annual fee. Now there's plenty more to this card, including awards after spending $60,000 and giving you 25 elite nights towards other status, which in this case would probably mean titanium. But if you're comparing this card to the Hilton Aspire, in my opinion, I think the Hilton Aspire still wins. At least until they change it up, which in this case, I wouldn't be surprised given how value packed it is. Though it's really up to your own lifestyle to choose which program you want to go with, and then choose the card within that program, based on things like how often you travel, where you travel, and what type of hotels are in those areas. No point getting the Aspire card when the places you travel to only have Marriott hotels around. You'll also want to be on the lookout for any challenges that you can fast track your status, especially when you're working for bigger companies that may have those connections. From what I've seen, there's challenges where you can get Hyatt Explorer status for as little as 10 nights or Global status for as little as 20 nights. And I think this offer was also public through the Bilt Rewards program too. And if you're going for those fast track programs, you don't need the credit cards to do so. Which is why even if you're going for elevated hotel experiences, you may still want to consider non-hotel credit cards. For example, the Amex Platinum giving you Hilton and Marriott Gold status, or booking through each of their hotel collections like Chase's Luxury Hotel Collection, Amex's FHR, or Capital One's Premier Collection. So if you want that elevated hotel experience without committing to a specific chain, then go on and check out this video for the best premium cards that will offer you just that. See you over there.